let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the...
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Running the jet sweep, this is Thielen with it. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
You can say a lot of things about the great play of Kiko Alonso, but the number one thing you will say, he will hit you.
On second down, Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Breeze now on first down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football in the double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. What are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss? Gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From just shy of midfield, Breeze, they complete it to Hill. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And all the way down to the 26. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. On 2nd and 7. Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 3 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. I want to revisit New Orleans' season here, Charles, as they come back out for this next drive, because really, although it was 13-3 and another playoff appearance, it was another disappointing playoff loss. That's 3 straight crushing playoff defeats. Minneapolis Miracle with Diggs' catch, the Nickel Roby-Coleman no call, and now this last loss that they had to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, and I thought that this would be the year for them, precisely from what you said. Minneapolis Miracle. Then you get the no call, as you said, Nickel Roby-Coleman. I thought 3, right? Everything comes in 3s. So I thought the 3rd time would be the charm. They'd find their way to advance. Instead, Minnesota comes to their play.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's second down. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And Diggs has it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Now Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Let's go, let's go.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, you know, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Garden. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. To throw is Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. Throwing again on second down. Breeze. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
54's Mike. Check it.
Now Breeze on third down. Again has it complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down. The open man is Smith. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith as the first half is winding down, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive.
Decide to take a shot.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. That's going to set them back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Cousins now. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. The final shot before half for Breeze. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. He was brought down by Eric Wilson. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Breeze looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Breeze to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Breeze going to throw. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Breeze on the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. After the sack on 1st down, Breeze, defensive end, gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground. One thing you're hoping.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now Breeze. It's brought in by Harris. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Cousins again. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down, and the Saints will have the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he finds Cook. The 20. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in. Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal. Breeze. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 6 yards away. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point.
Well, that was not quite the holy roller, partner. That was San Diego, Oakland. You might remember that in 1978, right? Kenny Stabler, forward fumble. Dave Casper falls on the end zone. Oakland beats him on the last play of the game. But that was a live football. And what a nice job he did to fall in the end zone. And yes, indeed, folks, that's a touchdown.
By the way, John Madden was coaching in that holy roller game, wasn't he?
He certainly was, and he wanted to make sure that the call went his team's way, was out on the field and was told, yes, it's a touchdown. But get back on the sidelines.
Throwing is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. The Vikings on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Cousins now. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing, Cousins. And it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the catch made by Johnson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now Cousins. And he's got it. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, will likely put an end to this thing. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. Back to throw, Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. But, Charles, a 1-score game